You've been staring at the gym from the outside long enough. Today, that changes. Because I'm going to show you exactly how to build muscle, even if you've never touched a weight in your life, don't know what you're doing, and feel completely lost the moment you walk through those doors. Stick with me, because the last thing I share might completely change the way you approach this whole process. Let's start with something nobody tells beginners. You are actually in the best position of anyone in the gym right now. Seriously. Your body has never been exposed to resistance training, which means it responds to almost everything. Scientists call this beginner gains, and it means you can pack on muscle faster in your first year than at any other point in your life. The hard part isn't your biology. The hard part is knowing where to start. So let's fix that right now. Step 1 is picking the right type of training. For beginners, full-body workouts done 3 times per week are far superior to the split routines you see advanced lifters doing. The reason is simple. When you're new, your nervous system needs to practice movements repeatedly to get efficient at them. Doing squats and presses 3 times a week teaches your body those patterns faster than doing them once. More practice equals faster progress. That's it. Now let's talk about the actual exercises you should be doing. Forget the machines for now. You want to build your foundation around compound movements. These are exercises that work multiple muscle groups at the same time. Think squats, deadlifts, bench press, rows, and overhead press. These 5 movements alone can take a complete beginner to an impressive level of muscle development. Each one recruits enormous amounts of muscle tissue, triggers the strongest hormonal response, and burns more calories than any isolation exercise ever could. Here's where most beginners make their first big mistake. They jump into the gym and immediately try to lift as heavy as possible. Their ego takes the wheel, and their technique goes out the window. This is how people get hurt and quit within 3 months. Instead, start lighter than you think you need to. Focus entirely on feeling the muscle work. If you're doing a squat and you can't feel your legs doing the work, something is wrong. Learning to control the weight and actually connect mentally with the muscle being trained is what separates people who grow from people who just spin their wheels for years. Now, muscle is not built in the gym. Let me say that again. The gym is just where you send the signal. The actual building happens outside of it. Your muscles grow during recovery, and that requires 2 things done consistently: sleep and nutrition. You need to be consuming enough protein every single day. Aim for around 1 gram per pound of your body weight. If you weigh 160 pounds, that's 160 grams of protein. Spread it across your meals throughout the day. Chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean beef. These are your building blocks. Sleep is where the magic happens. When you sleep, your body releases growth hormone, repairs damaged muscle fibers, and consolidates the motor patterns you practiced in training. Less than 7 hours consistently, and you are actively working against your own progress. This isn't optional. It's the foundation everything else sits on. Progressive overload is the final piece of the puzzle, and it's the one concept that will determine your long-term results more than anything else. The principle is straightforward. Over time, you must continuously challenge your muscles with more than they're used to. That can mean adding more weight, doing more reps, doing more sets, or reducing rest time. Your body is incredibly adaptive. Give it the same stimulus week after week, and it stops growing. Force it to do more, and it has no choice but to build more muscle to handle the demand. Track your workouts. Write down what you lifted, how many reps you got, and how it felt. Then the next session, try to beat it in some small way. This single habit separates people who transform their bodies from people who show up randomly and wonder why nothing is changing. Here's the thing nobody talks about enough. Consistency over 6 months will completely change how you look and feel. 6 months of 3 workouts per week, eating enough protein, sleeping well, and progressively challenging yourself. That's not a huge commitment. That's just a decision to take your body seriously. The gym isn't some exclusive place reserved for people who already look incredible. It is literally the place where people go to become those people. You belong there. You just needed someone to give you the map. Now you have it. Go use it.